HARB, I need you to come fix my faucet. It's been leaking for 2 days, and it's driving me nuts.
All right, I'll be there as soon as I'm finished here.
But it's leaking now. I need you to come now.
Do you have cotton in your ears? I said I'd be there when I'm done.
Whatever, HARB. If you're gonna get all pissy about it, I'll find someone else.
Oh, this goddamn machine. It's not usually this cranky. I bet in a past life it was a crankshaft. Or worse, a screw. Lately, I've been nothing but nails. Life of the handyman, I guess. Wait, hold on. I think I got it. Let me just tighten this bolt here and... There! Good as new! And my apologies to you for being so irritable. Thank you. It's just hard not to complain when you have to deal with so much and have so little time. Oh, I must sound so ungrateful. I know I'm lucky to even have work. Let me stop with the complaining and offer you a drink instead. I have some coffee and tea at my workshop, if you'd like some. Coffee it is. Hope you like it black. I don't have any cream or sugar. Come, this way. Apologies in advance for the mess. I swear, it was like that when I got here. Welcome to my humble abode. Emphasis on the humble. I don't have a bed, but I do have a kettle. Baby steps. Anyway, one coffee coming right up. Here you are. Courtesy of House Harbajan. It's the least I can do for being so cranky. Ah, right. Him. To be fair, most of them are civil. Some are even my friends. But there are a few that really grind the gears. Oh, it's not that I don't enjoy being a handyman. It's just... I've been thinking about my life a lot lately. And whether I've made the right decisions. What if I went right instead of left, that sort of thing. Where would I be now? You see right through me, don't you? I don't know if I'm unhappy, per se. But I'm definitely not satisfied. Anyway, I appreciate you coming here and listening to me vent. If you've got questions for me, I'll do my best to answer them. Oh, that. I forgot I left it there. But if I'm being frank, I'd sooner just throw it in the trash. It's because of the history between us. Ocean wrote that inscription as if she were my friend. In reality, we were more like rivals. You might read what she wrote and think it a kindness, but to me, it's petty. So I left it behind. But, like a bad habit, it keeps coming back to me. Oh, I'm sure. She always loves to take little digs and act innocent when you question the motives. Normally, I would just laugh it off. I don't know why this time it hurts so much. The thing is, I'd forgotten all about it. And then I get this book, and I started wondering, what if I made a mistake? I was 18 when the colony war started, with everyone off to fight. There was so much to do around here, and people needed help. Cooking fancy meals and becoming a chef just didn't matter anymore. But ever since I got that book, I've been wondering if I've made a mistake. And if so, Maybe it's not too late. Maybe I can try and be a chef again. You know what? You're right. I'm not that long in the tooth. I can still make a change. Okay. I've made up my mind. I need to gather some friends and cook a meal. A vindaloo. If it's good and my skills haven't eroded, I'm going to pursue this. But to pull this off, I'm going to need some help. With the ingredients and the guests. Thank you. We'll need 3 things. Vinegar and spices for the vindaloo, drinks, and meat. And as it happens, I know 3 people who can help us. They just happen to be customers of mine. I can talk to the kings of the produce and spices. They run the farms here. But the vinegar has to be special ordered. I'd talk to Javier Mejia. He's a trader who sells a lot of off-world items to the local farmers. Palm vinegar being one of them. And a vindaloo has to have vinegar. It's in the name. Typically, wine doesn't pair well with curry, but if we keep the spice subtle, I think it can work. Red wine is probably what we need. Back on Sol, they used to make it with that, before switching to vinegar. Talk to Anandita Devi. She's a food critic and grew up on Indian food, so she'll make for the perfect guest. She's usually over at the STONEROOT Inn. Well, the meat should be fresh, and I don't necessarily trust the vendors. I think we should bring in a hunter. Try talking to Shonda Harbison. You'll usually find her at the hitching post. She's kind of a living legend around these parts. They call her Granny OAKLEY for a reason. It's hard to explain. Being a chef was a dream of mine, yes. But it was also a dream from 20 years ago. So much has changed since then. I'm not sure if it's regret, envy, or nostalgia that drives me now. But ever since I read that inscription, it's awoken something inside me. Maybe I simply want to answer that age-old question, what if? What if I had trained to be a chef like Ocean? Where would I be now? Friends can try to spare your feelings. Customers tell you exactly what's on their mind. Sometimes with expletives. Goodbye. Yes?
Excuse me.
Hey there.
Are you my blind date?
About this mythical
Well, if you are,
creature.
you are terribly late. I don't think this bodes well for the rest of our relationship.
We'll go.
In fact, judging by your attire, you'll be lucky to survive the next 5
I was
minutes.
thinking, Neon?
I was afraid you'd say that. I had an inkling this person my sister described was too good to be true.
So we're
And
getting
now this confirms it. Well, since you are here, you might as well have a drink with me and tell me who you are.
Everyone making their own way.
Harbajan sent you. In that case, of course I'll attend.
But it could be
On one
so much
condition.
fun.
You sit here and take my date's place.
We'll talk about it later.
No, we can't. Oh, you're no fun. Why set the rules before we even know the game? But fine, aromantic it is. Now, if you don't mind taking a seat here, we can have a little fun. Go on, sit. Step into my park.
Hey, good to see you.
Hello. I've already started with the drinks. Would you like a wine or a beer? So nothing, then. Sounds a lot like my date. They're both invisible. Now, tell me about yourself. Are you from around here or just visiting? So you're visiting. Lucky you. I can't imagine what it's like to be one of these poor souls who calls this mud pit home. That aside, you can live just about anywhere these days. It's more important to have the income to move about. What about a job? What do you do for a living? Doesn't that mean you're just a volunteer pilot? I don't mean to demean your rank, Captain, but it's hardly steady work. Granted, I am rich, so what you do for a living isn't really important. What matters more is that we have similar beliefs and politics. On that note, what's your religious background? That's all right. As long as you're not too preachy about it, it's fine with me. I have plenty of friends who go to church. Well, that's fine for the appetizers. Now, for the main course. Romantic history, past relationships, jilted ex-lovers. I want to hear all about it. Why? What do you have to hide? Honestly, these are pretty basic questions. Be glad I'm not asking you to take a chem test. Well, you have managed to keep my interest so far. Usually I get dreadfully bored by the appetizers. I almost never make it a dessert. No, we're not. In any case, I've enjoyed our little chat. Thank you for playing along. And if I can be real with you for a second, I really appreciate you doing this for me. I know this wasn't an actual date, but being stood up is an absolutely miserable experience. Meeting you made it tolerable. That's a fact. Here's the wine, as promised. The earthy tones of the Malbec will balance the pepper and complement the spices. Should pair well with the Vindaloo. I'll do my best to make it to Harbajan's party. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them. I'm an open book.
If you want to purchase anything, just let me know. Or if you have any rare ones. Get on a job. You and a couple buddies. Shit work, shit pay. Something.
Things are always right.
I spent a lot of my misspent youth at Aggie's.
What do you want? Can't you go bother somebody
And your
else?
wallet?
Sure as hell ain't my tooth.
HARB? Well then, that's different. What does he want?
Wonder if we should have a tooth lost and found.
Well, I haven't made a run to Paradiso in weeks, so I've only got one bottle left. But if it's for HARB, maybe I'll make an exception. How about this? I'll give you the vinegar and whatever spices you need. But you gotta do a favor for me. Not illegal, just bending the rules a bit. So, a couple nights ago, security confiscated my goods. They accused me of smuggling contraband. Before they brought me in, though, I stashed something important in the porta potty behind Aggie's. Only problem is, I left the key to the box in the cell. It's nothing illegal, I promise. Just get the key and bring it back here. Cool. The guards usually leave empty cells open, so just walk in, grab it, and bring it back to me.
You were something else. My junk is now, well, your junk. Whatever you say, I'll be waiting.
Sorry. Things weren't always.
People around here think we own AKILA. They're wrong.
Drunk and disorderly is our #1 offense.
Might not be the biggest selection in town, but our liquor gets the job done as well as any. I can guarantee you that.
Cool. Cool. I appreciate you not looking in the box. Real professional. You can give this to HARB. It's pretty good stuff, so he has no excuses. Tell him I'll be there for the dinner, too. Can't wait to see what he cooks up. Don't tell anyone about our business.
You have a nice day now.
Over there. Tourist?
I give him 3 minutes before the smell chases him out.
That's a genuine stretch in the nostrils there. Well, they should post a sign, a warning or something.
As long as they stay clear of Aggies, then.
Well, it isn't exactly dangerous.
You do not want to go outside the city walls. The Ashton will rip you apart.
Swear to God, this wasn't even ridiculous.
Okay, let's all just take a breath here. We all want to protect the
Bank robberies. Ashton. Haven't had a quiet day in a month of Mondays. But if you ask me, a little noise ain't a bad thing. Good to see I was preaching to the choir. It's the other folks who are singing off-key. In AKILA, there's always something, but it's all good fun if you ask me. Now, the Colony War, that was bad as all get out. But we're past that now. Anyway, I don't want to talk your ear off, seeing as we just met. Tell me what's on your mind. Andy Harvey said that? Well, he told you no lies. I know where all the best game is. In fact, I'm hunting a big one right now. You want to come with? Then between the two of us, Bubba the Ashtor doesn't stand a chance. Let's go hunt this thing. An Ashtor, alpha of the pack, got teeth so big and breath so bad it'll blow the sheets off the clothespin. I've nicknamed him Bubba. Why? He looks like a Bubba. But for all I know, his mother named him Mortimer. I've run into him once before and barely made it out with my life, so this is kinda personal. Oh, Harvey's helped me out more times than a cat has lives. Big game hunter like you should know, you need a lot of gear. I always make sure before I go out that it's all in working order. Harvey can do everything from fixing the alignment on my scope to sewing up my poncho. Because there's one thing more important than a working gun, and that's looking good. People say Aquila's gone to hell in a handbasket. My question is, where's the handbasket? Well, thank you, Professor. I would have gone plumb crazy searching for it otherwise. Oh yeah, they tried to tell me I was too old, too slow, as if they knew better. Some of these lieutenants think the sun rises to hear them crow, but they ain't roosters. They're bats, blind as amber in a grain field. So, I challenged the lieutenant to a shooting contest. Said if I win, I'm in. Ooh, you should have seen the look on his face when I put the eye in the bull. Ended up serving as a sniper. They called me Granny Oakley because of the way I shot. Catch you later, alligator.
Now we're talking.
That looks like a damn good piece of meat. If HARB can't make magic out of that, he's got no business carrying a wand. Fresh and tenderized, just make sure you pick the bullets out and you'll be fine. But I best be heading back to town. I take it HARB wants me to eat this thing he's cooking up too. Well, hunting does make me hungry, and I ain't exactly picky. All right, I'll meet y'all at HARB's house. I got some errands to run, but you tell HARB not to serve that food until I'm at the table. See you there.
Ah, you're back. Did you get everything on the list? Great. I had some issues with the stove, worn out burner element, but I replaced it and rewired the connection, good as new. Well, I've always had the talent to be a handyman. Fixing stuff just comes easy to me. I spent so much time on the stove, I didn't have time to clean. Do you think you can help me while I cook? You're a lifesaver. There's some boxes and wrappers scattered along the floor, and some mud that I might have tracked into the restroom. But it's not much, I promise. Now let's see. How did this go again? Oh, I have these notes on how to cook this thing, but my handwriting is atrocious. Oh, I just cut my hand. Not a good start. Why is this so much harder than I remember? The place is looking amazing. Coming along better than this Vindaloo, anyway. Oh, and if you don't mind, can you see the rug? It's in the crate in the corner. The rug really ties the room together. I just need one more thing. Grab the plates off the counter and set the table. With a little luck, a little elbow grease, we can get this place looking good again. Okay, place is clean and table set. The Vindaloo is also just about ready. Oh, I am very, very nervous. The guests should be coming any second now. Oh, my heart feels like a clump of sheets in a washing machine. Oh, and if you want to sneak a taste of the Vindaloo, I'll leave a sample on the counter.
Did I hear someone say Vindaloo?
It'll be good to hear what all the fuss is about.
Smells good, anyway.
Friends, have a seat. My home is your home. Tonight, we will be having Ashta Vindaloo, paired with a Malbec wine, which Anandita has so graciously brought. I'm plating it now, and I will serve it shortly.
Well, I'm holding you to my Nani's standard, so you better not disappoint. But if you do, I brought a second bottle, just in case.
Have a little faith in HARB. He's a talented man.
I grew up on Vindaloo, and HARB hasn't touched a cookpot in years. My standards are high and my expectations low.
Well, I appreciate the honesty.
I'm just ready to eat. Haven't had a bite all day.
Of course. I was just about to say, if everyone can be seated, the dish should be ready to serve. Even though I prepared it, since all of us contributed to this meal, in my mind, we cooked it all together.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun eating Bubba. I've been hunting that animal for years.
The ingredients I got are pretty high-end stuff, too.
And the wine, of course, is flawless.
Well, before you eat, I just want to thank all of you for coming and sharing in this adventure. 20 years ago, I decided to give up my dreams of becoming a chef to serve my community. Today, I hope to take my first step towards rediscovering that dream. Bon appetit.
Cheers!
Let's go hard!
Appreciate your discretion and all.
If it
How
was my not
is
so
it?
blind date.
Please, be as frank and honest as possible.
I think mine might be lacking some flavor. You sure you put enough spice in this thing?
Huh. That's odd. I followed my old recipe to the T.
I don't know then.
Anandita, what do you think?
You don't want to know my opinion.
Please? I need honest feedback.
Very well. Forget my Nani's Vindaloo. You have a ways to go before this is even takeout quality.
Really? There's no way.
I'm sorry, Harvajan. It is.
Can someone pass the salt?
Have you tried the Vindaloo yet? Please, let me know what you think. It doesn't seem to be going too well. Have you tried it? What do you think? It's that bad, huh? Oh, I was afraid of that. If I have this little feel for it, I'm beginning to wonder if this was a mistake.
HARB, this dinner was many things, but it was not a mistake.
So I have some potential.
No, you don't. But that's not why we're here.
I'm not sure I follow.
Harvey, your meat might be tough, but you know what's tougher? The canvas tents you made me for camping. I got stuck out in a storm one night with gale force winds. Normal tent would have blown right off, but yours held.
I remember when I was struggling to get by, I couldn't afford to get my apartment fixed. Harbajan offered to remodel and fix my entire apartment at a cost I could afford. Those savings allowed me to gather enough creds to start my own company. The rest is history.
I never told anyone. But HARB's the reason I'm clean. I was in a bad spot at the time. Strung out, doing more chems than I knew I could handle. I don't remember much from that day. Just my mind blurring out, losing focus. Then I hear this knock on my door. I thought it was death. Turned out it was HARB, coming to fix the heater. He called a medic and stayed with me the whole time. Even through my rehab, he'd stop by and make sure I was okay.
I was just doing what anyone would in my position.
No, what you did for me was more than anyone had ever done. Now I'm clean. I met the love of my life and got a little one on the way.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say a damn thing. We're all just thankful for you, HARB.
Exactly. So you're a shit cook, who cares? Half the chefs in New Atlantis can lay claim to that title. What matters is that you're a wonderful person and a friend.
Amen to that. And you're a genius with a wrench.
Fixed me and my heater. Didn't even charge.
Oh, you guys.
And this isn't to say you can't get better. Work on it. Cook every day if you like. The results will show.
Exactly.
Thank you. It means a lot to hear you all say that. It's funny. I very much wanted this dinner to go well. And it has. But not for the reasons I expected. And yes, I'll keep at it. I don't know if anything will come of it, but no matter where this journey takes me, I'm grateful for all of you. Of course, there is one small matter we still need to address. I brought you all here. You all must be starved, and there's nothing to eat.
We have plenty of wine and good company. Why don't we just drink?
Sounds like a plan. A toast to the best handyman in all of AKILA.
To HARB.
To HARB.
To HARB.
So, I guess I'm not cut out to be a chef after all. It's kind of a relief, actually. I don't have to look back wondering what if. But even if I had the talent for it, I'm happy with the choice I made. To have friends like these, I wouldn't trade it for anything. And right now, I have none. I'm going to continue cooking with a new goal in mind. I don't care anymore about becoming a world-class chef. What I want is to make a vindaloo my friends will enjoy. When that day comes, I want you to be there as well. Because when I think of friends, I count you among them.
Sorry if I overshared back there.